This was a thing I remembered when I woke up this morning. Not that I love kicking a guy when he's down, but like one thing I really loved about James Somerton's videos is that when his work wasn't stolen or wrong, it would just be impossibly weird. And I will miss being able to see a new video of his and hear some incredibly bizarre take that he had. This is one of my favorites. This wasn't quite wrong enough on a factual level to put in my video, but I did consider it. This is from a bit about how Forrest Gump cleaned up at the '94 Oscars.
It won a whopping 8 Academy Awards at the 67th Oscars, out of 13 nominations. The record for most nominations is shared between 3 films at 14, by the way. Though it could have had the 14 nominations if it had pushed Robin Wright for Best Actress, though honestly that year Best Actress was a tough category. Though really Best Actress is usually a more interesting category than Best Actor in my humble opinion. Oh, look at me, I'm a man with some feelings who's done something horrible.
Jesus. Okay, first off, they did put Robin Wright up for consideration. He makes it sound like it just didn't occur to them, like the producers just forgot to try and mount a campaign for Robin Wright. They did, for the record. Also, she was up for Best Supporting Actress, obviously. But also, his take that Best Actress that year was a tough category. I assume by that he means that it was a tight race that year with a lot of great performances. Best Actress '94 is actually considered one of the weakest races in Oscar history. Let me compare and contrast here. This is Best Actor '94. 3 of these are 3 of the most iconic roles of the '90s. Every single last one of you should recognize those 3 immediately and know what they're from. Here are the nominees for Best Actress. I am trying to be as generous as I can here, but I feel like only 2 of these do you even have like a 25% chance of recognizing. You recognize at most 2 if you are a serious, studied scholar of '90s Oscar bait. And you'd have to be a serious Oscar buff to know which one of these won. It was Jessica Lange for Blue Sky, a movie that was obscure even at the time. And just in general, the idea that Best Actress is more interesting than Best Actor, I mean, that's an opinion that he's allowed to have. It's just an opinion I've never heard anyone else have ever. Best Actress in general is widely considered to have some of the weakest films every Oscar season. When the race is highly competitive, like last year's was, it's considered a very big deal. And his reasoning for why he thinks that.
Oh, look at me, I'm a man with some feelings who's done something horrible.
I'm a man with feelings. Does anyone know what he could possibly mean here? Also, it's hilarious that he shits on the idea of male characters having feelings in a video about the greatness of Barbie, a movie where large chunks of it are about men's feelings. Also, this was part of an entire 8-minute intro about how he hates Forrest Gump. And look, no one has to love Forrest Gump. I love Forrest Gump. You don't have to. But I'm guessing you at least know what Forrest Gump is.
And it's safe to say that Forrest Gump is not remembered fondly, because I can hardly say that it's remembered at all.
The second he said that, I went through IMDb and Letterboxd just making sure that Forrest Gump still had a ton of reviews and comments to assure myself that people still watched it. It has more views than Shawshank, the movie he unfavorably compares it to. And for the record, I love Shawshank, great fucking movie, but I'm not going to sit here and listen to someone shit on Forrest Gump for being problematic and then praise The Shawshank Redemption, an exactly as weepy and sentimental movie where Morgan Freeman heaps praise on a heroic white person for neither the first nor the last time. That's my hot take. And he repeats a lot of the same criticisms everyone else has, but also a couple new ones that I hadn't heard, like he thinks it's ableist that Forrest Gump was healed of his minor orthopedic condition. Also, one of the things he doesn't like about it is, quote,
a seeming refusal to acknowledge how much luck Forrest has for being in the right place at the right time.
It's refusal to acknowledge his luck. What the fuck do you think the movie is about, you fucking dumbass? The entire movie is about luck. Literally both its most iconic image and its most iconic quote.
Life was like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get.
Are about luck. Also, you may be asking, wait, you said this was a video about Barbie? How does an 8-minute intro about Forrest Gump connect to Barbie? Well, beats the fuck out of me!